Well, let's turn now to some big news here at home about Montreal's famed Just for Laughs festival, and it is no laughing matter. Organizers of the annual Comedy Fest say they're canceling this year's edition of Just for Laughs. The event has been a summertime staple in Montreal for more than 40 years. It attracts comedy lovers from across the country and around the world. But after some challenging seasons, the company that operates the festival says it needs to restructure. My next guest was supposed to audition for the festival in just 2 weeks. Dillon is a comedian who performed with the organization in the past. He joins us now live. So, Ryan, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
What was your initial reaction when you heard the festival was not happening this year?
I got the news like 5 hours ago, and I gasped. Like, the festival's been happening every year since I was a kid, and all my comedian friends who were showcasing in a few weeks were excited to come out and show our stuff. And I'm still reeling that it's not happening. Like, it just feels so odd that it's not.
Yeah, I mean, there have been big names from around the world that have performed at Just for Laughs, but you know, it's been really huge for Canadian comedians as well, and up and coming ones.
Yeah.
Talk to me a bit about that and what you think will be lost with this festival.
It sucks, man, because I did it years ago when it was called Homegrown at the time. It's New Faces now, and it was like a huge opportunity for me as a young comedian. Like, I couldn't even believe I got it. Like, I watched it growing up, blew my mind. And there's so many young comedians now and friends of mine that, some of us kind of had an idea who might be getting New Faces here, might be getting in, and a great opportunity, and they're not going to have that. And it's just, man, people work so hard just to get that chance and that opportunity, and now it's not going to be there for them. So, yeah.
So what do you think is going to fill that gap, or is that the fear?
Well, here's the thing, the festival is a great opportunity for Canadian comedians to be showcased at the biggest festival in the world, right? But I think what people hopefully will see now as an opportunity for local comedy to thrive. The festival is the biggest festival in the world, and yes, in Montreal, people flock to it.
Yeah.
But some people, that's their time to go see comedy, is the Just for Laughs festival. I hope that they understand that it's in their backyard. There's so many incredible clubs and independent theaters and local festivals that are across the country. And maybe you didn't go to the Just for Laughs festival, but I hope you get to see the next generation at something in your backyard. Yeah,
that is the hope. But this festival, was certainly a force in the industry. Talk to me a little bit about that.
I mean, man, I think it was 1983 or 87 is when it started, and it was where you saw a comedian for the first time on TV that you never saw before. I know social media makes it all different now, but I remember being a kid, that was my babysitter growing up. My mom would put me on a TV and just watch reruns of 22 Minutes, Kids in the Hall, and Just for Laughs. So it was a big staple in the comedy industry and in the comedy community, and the fact that that's not here, that just feels weird.
Tell me a little bit more about how performing and this festival particularly has helped your specific career.
Yeah, I mean, I was so young. I was only a few years in to get the opportunity, and for some people it takes a while, so I was over the moon that I got it. And it's all little steps, right? You get the festival, which led me to getting signed to Yucks and touring with them, to my management, Williams and Hirsch, who have been amazing. And having that credit can really help a comedian, sell more tickets at the door, get their name out there. So the fact that it's gone, that some people won't get that chance to get that, it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun at all. So what are your plans in terms of where you're going to be performing now that the festival's not happening?
I mean, here's the thing is, a lot of people put so much weight into the festival, especially the Canadian comedians, but I think what people need to realize is, we have the tools to make it ourselves. We, especially in Canadian comedy, we put so many eggs in the basket that is Just for Laughs. Yeah. And yes, it is a great opportunity, but, we need to remember that, we don't need anyone's permission to succeed, right? So we can make it for ourselves. So I still plan on promoting clips, putting shows together, getting my comedy friends together and touring, and just keep grinding away.
That's good that you're doing that. I mean, Canada has been a home for so many massive comedians. Norm Macdonald, Eugene Levy, Seth Rogen, just to name a few. Do you fear the signals that, that comedy is on, the comedy industry in this country is waffling a bit, that it might be on the decline, or no?
I don't think it's waffling at all. If anything, I think with social media and Instagram and TikTok and everything that gets thriving, it's just, we put, again, so much emphasis on these credits and whether or not we did this festival. But it's I know some comedians that have done the Second City main staff, they have 300,000 followers, and one of the folks at Second City is directing their show now. They're touring around the world, and they've never done JFL. They've never done the local festival. So I think people are starting to understand that, I love everything that JFL's done for me and for all my comedian friends, but I think at the end of the day, we can make it happen for ourselves. And
Yeah.
it's not just about one festival.
And I just noticed your T-shirt there.
Yeah.
Comedy Bar,
Yeah,
945 Bloor Street West here in Toronto. There's a plug because that's one of the small venues,
Dude, that's
right?
my favorite one. That's my home club. And and if anything, I hope that just means we're going to see more people out there.
All right.
Yeah.
Ryan, appreciate your time tonight.
thank
That
you.
is Ryan Dillon, a comedian who's supposed to try out with Just for Laughs in a few weeks.